Hey Bart.
Oh, hey Mark.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good. I thought of a good idea for what's going on here. There's a bat missing.
Well, that's weird. Maybe it's on the other rack.
I doubt it.
Totally could be on that rack.
No.
Yeah.
It's not there.
Huh.
What the heck?
You know what? Let's do a bat episode. All these great bats down here, and I'm sure you guys have seen these bat racks, but we never really talked about them.
No, we haven't gotten
We are long overdue.
Long overdue. You've probably seen them 100 times, and we never really talked to them. So I thought we would take some of the older, more interesting antique bats and talk to those, and then in a future segment we'll worry about the game-used bats, the bats that were used by players whose names you'd recognize that are more contemporary. But we're going to start out with the oldies.
That sounds great. And this rack in particular has got so many cool bats on it.
Yes, it sure does. Now, people often ask me, actually one of the most asked questions, is the rack itself an antique? Is it of the era? The answer is no. It's a perfect replica of a Spalding rack that they used back then.
So they use the rack in the dugouts or in the stores?
They would use it in stores. Way back in the day, late 1800s, would have a rack very similar to this.
Very cool.
But hey, with this, let's start out with the very oldest bat.
Yeah, look at that beauty.
This one is the type that you'd see in oldest catalogs. It doesn't have any branding on it, but it is Civil War era for sure.
Oh my gosh.
And if you look at the beautiful white painted handle and the ball knob, it's perfectly indicative of a bat from the 1860s.
1860s?
Yeah, it's a little on the short side. It's about 31 inches long.
It's so thick and it looks barely tapered.
Yeah, they didn't taper them much back in the day. They wanted a thick handle because the players would kind of, they would just kind of whack at the ball. They weren't trying for home runs. There were no fences back then. The field went on forever.
Right. I've seen that Elysian field with people or the outfield wall.
So you probably weren't going to hit a home run unless you were really fast. So it was a slap game, thick handle, perfect bat, indicative of the 1860s.
And that's when baseball really started rising in popularity, right?
Yes, it took off. When the Civil War ended, baseball took off. Really a great time period in the history of baseball.
That's a beauty.
It sure is.
And then that one below it, I know we talked a little about him with the split handle, remember?
Yeah, we've talked a little about these. We showed you the Tiger Pennant with the Ty Cobb-like mascot. He had a split hand grip, which was a big thing back in the day. Not only Cobb did it, other players of the day did it, but Cobb made it famous. So this bat is so unique in that it has an extra knob to encourage you to split the hands. So it was a game of singles and advancing the runner. It wasn't a game of home runs, as we said. And this is a double knob bat and a very rare example at that.
And that one's shiny compared to the other one.
Yeah, this one still has some of its original finish. It's pretty amazing, and it's got a nice smooth, tight grain as well. Really high quality bat.
And is that before they put trademarks on them?
Yeah, this is just before they put trademarks on them. This one is probably, well, it looks like a professionally made bat and not homemade because of the lathe work. It certainly looks professional, but it's a little shorter than you would expect. It's probably, again, a 31-inch bat, just like the other one we showed, maybe 32.
And that about the same time period?
A little later. This one probably creeps into the early 1900s.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Awesome example.
No kidding.
Well, directly below it, we have what's called a ball balance bat.
Ah, yeah, we talked about that too.
Yeah, also made by Hillerich and Bradsby.
What a beautiful color.
It is a beauty. The trademark is a little different on this one.
Look at that knob on the end there.
Yeah, it's rare to find the knob so beautifully defined. It's called a ball balance bat. And this model is extremely rare. Very few of these survived. And I'll tell you, this ball is significant. It's almost the size of a tennis ball.
Yeah.
It is big. And the thought back then was that they would have balance on either side of the hand. So they didn't want all the weight to be on the barrel side. They wanted some weight on the underside as well.
Ah.
They thought somehow that would help you with your singles hitting.
Right, so you would naturally be choking up on it then, huh?
Yeah, it forces you to choke up, and it forces you to kind of slap at the ball, or kind of
like
you know,
like softball almost.
Yeah,
with a slash.
Not a whip action, but more of a slash. But this is a rare model. This is highly sought after ball balance bat.
So I thought Hilrich and Brasby was a different company than Louisville Slugger.
No, they made Louisville Slugger.
And these are all literally made in Louisville, Kentucky. Wonder why? Was there trees there, or?
I think that there were plenty of trees there, and that's where they got their stock. And that's, if it's like today, maybe the cost of labor was 3 cents per hour less. Who knows?
That looks like a hybrid of the ball balance and the other one.
It sure is. Good eye, Bart. You can see if we were to take off the ball, it would just be a standard bat.
Yeah.
See, the knob is just very standard. But they added the ball, again, for the sake of having that balance below the wrists. The effect of having the knob and the ball gives it kind of an ornate look.
Right.
So this one is called an ornate ball knob bat.
Literally.
Yeah, they call it an ornate ball knob, or a modified ball knob.
So that's turn of the century too?
Yeah, right around 1900. And again, beautiful wood. This one's blonde, and it's much lighter wood.
Did that have a trademark?
No, this one has no trademark.
No trademark.
None at all. It does look like a manufactured product. Sometimes instead of stamping them or embossing them, they would use a stamp that would wear off, similar to how a decal would wear off.
Right.
So it's tough to tell what it was originally.
Do you think any of these bats were homemade or handmade?
Yeah, I think so. I think the Civil War era one definitely was. Possibly the double knob, but I doubt it. And a couple of others on the rack where your missing bat went AWOL. A couple of those.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, it's a beauty.
So did you stack these in any kind of like chronological order, or is there any reason for the way you stacked them in your meticulous way that you do your place here?
All right, just come out and say it. I got OCD. I tried it different ways, as you can imagine. I wanted it to look the most aesthetically pleasing.
Right.
So what I ended up with was the longest one at the bottom, tapering down or tapering up to the shortest one at the top.
So it's subtly different though. It looks really cool. It's like,
Yeah, I played with it a little to get it to look the way it does, kind of breaking up the colors and the styles. But I think it's cool how you have these unusual knobs all together. That kind of shows the evolution of that big knob bat.
Exactly.
So with that said, the next one is a Pennant brand bat.
They really did the scorching on that one,
They
huh?
really did the scorching, especially at the end of the handle, mid-barrel, and end of barrel. They have 3 major areas where they did the scorching. It really does add to the aesthetics of the bat, I think.
And so Pennant is the brand.
Pennant is the brand. They were fairly well known. They made baseballs as well, and they made gloves. I used to have a really nice Pennant 1-inch web glove.
They made everything but pennants.
Probably everything. They might have made pennants too. A lot of these sporting good companies did make pennants back in the day. But they weren't as well known as Wilson or Spalding or Reach or Draper Maynard or any of the big boys, but they consistently put out some good product. Now on this bat, it's another one of these heavily accentuated knob. This one we affectionately call the egg knob bat.
Yeah, it is kind of egg-shaped, isn't it?
Probably not called an egg knob by a whole lot of people, but in our little collecting community, that's kind of the moniker that we gave it.
Makes sense. I wonder if they were conscious of when they started putting trademarks. You know how like today you swing with the trademark up so you don't break the bat?
Yeah.
You know, with the wood grain?
Right.
I wonder if they were conscious of that back then.
I don't think they were, based on what I've seen. I've seen a lot of evidence to the contrary.
Right.
The next one is a lemon knob bat.
That's what we talked about, the lemon knob.
Yes, you can see the perfect lemon at the end of the...
There was a lemon peel ball, too, right?
Yeah, that came a little before the lemon knob bat.
Okay.
But this one's super cool. I love the design of this. These are rare. This one's tough to find with that little extender piece at the end. Super tough. And this one was manufactured by a company called Piper.
Piper?
Yeah, and much like Pennant, Piper was a smaller manufacturer. They made high quality goods, but they just never got the traction that the Spaldings and the Wilsons got. If you're not an equipment collector, you probably never heard of Piper.
Yeah, I was going to say that you can't touch or feel these in this video, but they are smooth, they are heavy, they are substantial, and they are brilliant.
Yeah, bats are hard to photograph and they're hard to videotape because you just don't get the full feel
Now, is there a trademark on this one?
There is. There's a Piper trademark. It's a little light.
Oh, wow. You can barely read that as Piper, but it's Manchester, New Hampshire. I love the fact that they put bat on it, in case you don't know what it is. Yeah, I wonder why they left that little knob at the very end of it.
That's a good question. It's one that I think we'll never know the answer to.
How do they know it's not a lime knob?
It's a little smaller than mine.
Okay, you're the expert, not me. All right, what else you got here in Knob Central?
All right, we got the last of the special knob bats.
Look at that handle.
This is a very special Wright and Ditson bat.
Look how designy that is. That is so cool.
I know, isn't that awesome?
Yeah, Wright and Ditson, and it's the knob bat. I mean, you don't think about the knobs anymore at all with bats, and that's what it was all about.
But they made a lot of high quality goods, and they are very desired in the vintage sporting good community.
And so what is that knob?
This is the most famous of all. Now, I know that our viewers might be using their imagination. This is a mushroom knob bat.
Mushroom knob. That makes sense, kind of.
Yeah, it's a classic mushroom knob. I think when we did our sports cards top 20, whatever it was, we showed you the Fred Clark T3 Turkey Red card, and the fact that he was actually using a mushroom knob bat.
That's where I heard of it. That's right.
In professional play. So we know that they use it in the majors. It was very popular back then. It was the most popular form of that weight control, that kind of balance beneath the hands as well as above.
Do you think that it's like today where every player has several bats, or do you think they had like 5 bats in the dugout and everybody used them?
I think that each player did have his own bats, but he had an assortment of them. So maybe Fred Clark had a mushroom knob in addition to a traditional knob bat. Ty Cobb probably had a number of bats, whereas the rookie player or the undistinguished player would just take what he could get.
Right. I love that, the mushroom.
Oh, it's awesome. It is just a cool bat. It is the classic. According to most equipment experts, this is when the antique bat really hit its climax.
Oh, come on now. I thought you said it was a family show.